and enjoyed it and messed up. I don't know how many cookies of lust, of pride, of greed, of selfishness that you have entertained and is putting your marriage and your family and your home in stress. I have said the very first one. Fear of what? Fear of what? This is a Bible study. I am not preaching. The second one, which we should all, there must be a mutual trust and respect. If you cannot have that, don't go into marriage. Oh. There are some people that will tell you, I don't trust anybody, and I can never trust anybody in my life. Human beings are human beings. I cannot trust. If you cannot trust, if you cannot have mutual respect, if you continue to see the other person as completely inferior, after all, though he's a man, I am smarter than him. They say men are smart and they are the head of the family. But sincerely, this one that I marry you is not in that range. If there is nothing called mutual trust and respect, ab initio, even when people tell you things and they color it and they present it to you and it looks sincerely more like it, but for the respect and the trust, you will say, honestly, you almost persuaded me to believe what you said about my husband. But honestly, I don't believe you. And that is not coming from a natural human thinking. It's coming from a spiritual level of fully developed level of trust and respect. You must have that. If you don't have it, it's a top secret that people don't know. Do you know that I have not told you something that may be amazing to you? I have not spoken about love. Most of us, sincerely speaking, we thought, I do watch marriage or wedding, what they call those television stations that where they show marriages, channels, wedding channels, and they will go after the wedding, they will go after the couple, they will ask the lady, why is it this young man, Damilola, that you chose? Why is it Shibuzo that you chose to get? Oh, it was love at first sight, love and love and love. But I have found out that most people, as much as love can wax, it can wane. When people come out and talk about love as the reason for their marriage, you ask questions when they start throwing each other out of the house, fighting, suing for divorce. Where is the love? Yes, a measure of love is required. A measure of attraction is required. A measure of appeal is required. Yes, no doubt. But we have found out that people that are closely and supposedly madly in love, they suffer at the end of the day from divorce. Why? So I want to every one of us this evening to ask ourselves further. When you have mutual respect, you value each other's opinion, you value each other's feelings, you value each other's boundaries. That is respect. You value each other's what? Each other's what? Values. You value each other's what? Feelings, opinions, and what? Boundaries. So, like I said here, disagreements are normal. There is nothing abnormal about disagreements. But respect ensures that you never go, you allow your disagreement to go toxic. To the point that you feel this person should just die so that I can be free. Extremely toxic. May the Lord make your life like that in the name of Jesus. And let's be sincere. Trust is built over time through consistent actions and keeping to your words. It forms the emotional safety. When you trust somebody, you are emotionally safe to share everything about your life, whatever you are doing, your plans, your future, your desires, your goals, everything. Without trust, I'm sorry, there can never be a fulfilled marriage. So get that from me. And I want to say to you, but there are certain habits that helps to grow and to make your marriage fulfilling. Some of them are very hard to do. One of them is forgiveness. If you are a person that finds it difficult to imitate God, one of the things that God expects of us, not just forgiving our brothers here, we must be able to forgive whoever you are married to, no matter what they do, including some that looks like sacrilege. But when people hear, oh, you mean your husband went to that extent? He was able to do that? No, I can't imagine it. I can't even expect such from your husband. And that sends you mad. You come out and say, for God's sake, because you have done this, you have breached the covenant that we signed on the day we got married. Forgiveness. It's far. Somebody will say, I love him. But when it comes to forgiving, you cannot forgive. One of the major reasons why God forgives you is because he loves you. If genuinely there is love, if it is not love untike, it's not fake love, I'm sorry, you will forgive. So forgiveness, since no one is perfect, that is what I was first of all trying to establish. The grace for you to forgive should be there. No human being that I have seen can claim perfection. We all work towards it. We all should all desire it. We should move close to it. We should do everything. Because nobody is perfect. Why should I make effort? That is what you have been called to do, to move to perfection. Matthew 5:48. You've been called to perfection. So don't use it as an excuse to do wrong things in marriage and you go begging, forgive me. No, there's no room for that. Since no one is perfect, a successful marriage requires both partners to let go of past mistakes rather than keeping record of wrongs. If you do that, it's a matter of time that marriage will collapse. There is nothing. So you must know that very, very well. Another very important thing that helps people to have a very fulfilling marriage is you spending quality time together. This looks vague somehow. And you mean what quality time? You see marriages where husband and wife, they don't ever pray together. They don't ever eat together. They don't ever travel together. They don't ever even hold discussions together. They don't look at each other in eye to eyeball and say, look, let's go for 3 days of pressure and relax. Let's talk this matter over. So dedicating intentional time for just two of you, whether weekly, whether getaway time to go somewhere, to go and sit and ask. Why are we, what is happening to us? Asking basic questions of life. The more far apart you are, the tendency of having a fulfilled married life is becoming more difficult. Jacob Abatielo, tobacco only 2 weeks. I don't feel it. No, that marriage is dying. Gradually. If it goes for 1 month, I don't feel it. The spark is going. And gradually, there will be shift of attention. May the Lord never make our own family like that in the name of Jesus. It is an abuse of why God said 2 is better than 1. If 2 that are never together are officially what? 1 by themselves. I don't know if you are hearing me well this evening. If God says joint effort is going to bring more results. 1 chases 1,000, 2 chases to 10,000. Even when people have animals, scientifically have seen it, and they proved it, when they put in, which one do they use for plowing? Horse, donkey. Donkey, I think. They use them. They said if they use 1 donkey to plow, and they use 1 donkey here, 1 donkey here, and there is plowing, and they combine the output of the 2 of them by adding the output in a day, or they join they yoke them together and allow the 2 of them to plow together at once. Science found out that their output is far greater than individual effort. Individual efforts. So what we are saying, Bible says 2 is better than 1. You say it doesn't matter if my wife is living in UK and the husband is living in South Africa. After all, they are married. They phone each other every evening. They talk. They chat. They communicate. No. That is one of the threats and abuse of what God's intention is. The 2 of you should talk together. When we were getting married, I remember those who did counseling for us. They went on to advise strongly of you maintaining only 1 room. You may have 5 rooms in the house, but try to maintain how many rooms? 1 room. I don't need to tell you if we have obeyed their counsel or we have not obeyed their counsel. So, we can continue, but I'm seeing my time going fast because I want a lot of us to do questions and ask ourselves some think up. There was of recent, I have an opportunity to be in the court for a number of issues that has to do with me, and I found out in the court how much people that come for divorce is so alarming, so unprecedented, that even the judges are worried. So, and one of the things I observe, because sometimes, most of the time, they take their cases before mine, since my own case has to do with land, and its questions may be long, and the judge may have to, so they wait, they allow the marriage people that have divorce case. And one of the things I observed is that there is a big threat, and it may amaze you that is a challenge of the way they treat each other. For your marriage to be fulfilling, treat your spouse better than you will treat anyone else. Many people treat friends, families, extended or no extended, immediate, my mother, my father, my kinekon. When I listen to those people, I pity them. Though some of them were foundational errors, but one of the greatest challenge, familiarity brings contempt. A sister that had been looking for a husband, desperately he has gone from mountain to mountain, from Koyi to Ibadan to Ondo, and eventually husband showed up. Immediately husband showed up, her blood pressure has gone down, her desire of being called Eniti Olori Oko has stopped, and therefore she has fulfilled and accomplished her purpose of getting married, and probably also adding the fact that she has children. She treats the man, particularly if God blesses her more than the man, he treats the man as a trash. And vice versa. Familiarity breeds contempt. This applies a lot in marriage. And as a result of this unfortunate truth, is that people tend to treat their spouses worse than strangers. It is true. Particularly if along the way the man or the woman degenerated in her looks, in her smartness, or in certain values, the first thing they say, I'm telling you, I didn't marry somebody like this, for God's sake. There have been a change. Maybe now the woman has become so flabby, well unkept. After 3 children, you are no more treating your spouse with respect. Maybe the man, something has happened and is less active. It becomes a problem. I want to advocate that none of us should be overcritical of our spouse. Many people before they marry, they have drawn the graph of how their husband and wife should look all the days of their life. The way they must, the other day I spoke, they were mentioning, say C-span, Abi, what span do they call that day? Six-pack.
6 packs. 6 packs.
6 packs. So, that is what they were saying. And because that geography is there, don't give me that. See the way you are looking. See the way you are looking. You become so critical of your wife, of your husband. It becomes a problem. And if sincerely you want a success, you must be very, very careful. You must be very, very careful. Think very deeply. Think very successful. There are some times, I'm sorry to say, if your character and your personality is somebody that gets easily annoyed and you say bad words when you are annoyed, you don't care. Keep your mouth. Walk out. The other partner may not like, but you will have saved a lot of bitterness from multiplying. And when things are calmed down, you call, you said, well, there was something I really want to say to you. Can you please come? Let's have a look at what we discussed yesterday. Because as you are hot, you get to a point you will speak certain things, and the other person cannot bear it anymore. Most of the time, we rationalize this with the Bible. We rationalize by quoting everywhere, humility, gentility, and all that. The reality is who you are. 2 different people from very different backgrounds with completely sometimes different values are coming together to live together as one. That's what the Bible calls it. And to be one, it's a bit of challenge for perfection. But that is expectation of God. You cannot query that, and you cannot challenge that. And if it's not possible, God will not say it's possible. But it's not possible not because God is not making it possible. You and I, we are making it impossible. Through act of human errors, human pride, human greed, human taste, selfishness, greed. That's what we are using. I am saying treat your spouse